Good afternoon, everyone. I hope I am audible.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am. Yes, you are, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am, you're audible.
Please, please share the screen just in this moment.
Good evening, ma'am.
So today I'll be discussing with you the Python for Data Science Week 3 assignment, which was given in the last session of this course actually. When I'm sharing also my sound audible, right?
Yes, ma'am.
If I need to speak up at any time, you please inform me. Yes. So I think I'll start with the questions. Yes. So if you have any doubt in between, please unmute the mic and ask me, or you can put in the chat window also. All right. So let's move on to the first question. These questions were given in the previous assignment. So we were instructed to discuss with you the previous assignments as it will be a help for you to solve the current assignments. So I'll discuss the
There
first
is, ma'am, some noise, ma'am, is here.
noise. Okay, just a minute. Is it clear now?
Yeah, yes.
Okay, yeah. So I'll start with the
Yes,
first
clear.
question. So data from the file, it's given like branddata.csv has to be loaded into a pandas data frame. A snippet of the data is shown below. Okay, so I forgot to introduce myself. I am Elsa Sharu Johnson from NIT Tiruchirappalli. So I have been assigned as a TA for this Python for Data Science course. So I'll be discussing with you the week 3 assignment course of the previous run course of this Python for Data Science. Okay, so the first question, there is a brand data.csv and the snippet of the data is shown like this. So in between I'll just admit others also. So yes, so this is the data that is given. Okay, so for simplicity I have just loaded it to into an Excel file. So I'll just upload this from my computer. So branddata.csv is the name of the file. I hope you'll know all the ways of uploading the files and all. Otherwise I'll show you with the example data. So you can just ask me that time. So right now I have this data. I have formed this data. I'll show you how it looks like. So this is the brand, type, cost, and price. The header is coming like 0, 1, 2, 3. And all these data which is given here, I have formed an Excel file and I've just loaded it into the co-laboratory. Okay, so storage. Okay, so this I'll be using co-laboratory to explain to you. So this is the data which has been present in my space, actually in my co-laboratory space. So I uploaded it from my computer for this session. So if this session gets disconnected in between, this will also be lost. Okay, so I have to load it each and every time. So the question is, what is the right instruction to read the file into a data frame df underscore brand with 4 separate columns. So the columns are brand, type, cost, and price. So I need to read it into a data frame with 4 separate columns. Okay, so the options are given like this one. Okay, so you can just see through the options, and if anyone have any idea on how to do this one, you can put in the chat window. The first one is like pd.read csv. So you know that this is a csv file. Okay, this is a csv file. So the reading options you have given like pd.read csv, pd.read csv, read csv, and read table. Okay, yeah, some have given the answers. I'll show you each and every one by one. So that's right. Yeah, so The first option, anyway, I have put it as a PD. Okay, so PD is like first I have to import pandas as PD. All right, so the first option, it's a wrong option because you can see that. I'll just run and show you. So the first option comes like this. You see what happens here? Yes, some are giving some answers. Yes, I can see that. Yeah, so I'll discuss each and every one. There are two right answers here. So brand is coming as an index. Okay, the column 1 is coming as an index, but here you see this thing should look like the brand should be coming as a column, but here it is coming as an index. Okay, so you have to avoid this one. So why it has come like that? Because we have given index column equal to 0. Okay, so that you have to remove. And header equal to 1 we have given. Header equal to 1 means in the first column, I mean this one, this is the 0, this is the first one. So first one is the header equal to 1 means, so we have given like the header row should be, the header should of that file should be the first row. Okay, not the 0th row, it should be the first row. So we have specified like this one. That is why the header is coming fine, but the index has come as the first column, so we should avoid that. Okay, by default header is, that is right, header is equal to 0, that is right, but here we have specified like index column should be 0 and header equal to 1. Okay, now the second option, many have given this as right one. Yes, so the brand data.csv, I have just given header equal to 1. I haven't mentioned what should be the index. So usually the index column won't be taken as anything. So if I run this one, you can get like this one. I'll just run it and show you. So this is coming like brand. Does anyone have any? You can't hear me?
No, madam. You are okay. Your audio is okay.
It's audible, ma'am. You are audible.
Okay. I'm seeing some messages like I am not audible. So yeah. Okay. So the second one you have got like it's a right answer. The second option is a right answer, and yes. So the brand is coming as a column itself. You are seeing 4 columns. Okay. This is one of the ways. Now let's move on to the third option. In the third option, it's coming like PD or read CSV. The differences we have done here is index column is 0. Okay, that is a problem. And we have given header equal to none. So we can see what happens here. We haven't specified anything as the header here, and we haven't specified anything as, we have specified the 0th as the 0th column as the index. So here this also is not a correct option, because here since we haven't specified the header, it came like this one. Usually, I mean the brand, type, cost and price should be the header there. It didn't come like that because we haven't specified it. Okay.
Ma'am,
Yes, tell me.
I have doubt.
Yashi, you're not audible clearly.
I'm asking what is the use of index column syntax index column.
Yeah, if you want to set
Yes, I'm
any
there.
of your indexes as the instead of the default Python indexing. So you know that default Python indexing will be like 0, 1, 2 and 3. All right. So if you want to
Yes,
set
ma'am.
any of your columns as your index, for example, instead of the 0, if you want to set br1, br2, br3 and br4 as your indexes, and for some reason if you want to call your data by those names, then you want to set your index column as these ones. Is it all right? In some cases, for better manipulation of the data, you can set your index column as some this one, as some one of the column. Okay, if you just, I'll just copy this one I hope I'm audible still because I'll move the mic a little bit. So index column, if I put as 1 and if I put df brand, then you can see that the type has become the index. Okay. So if you want to work around with the data and you want to give the index as one of the column, then you can specify this one. All right. Is it all right, Yashi?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah. So that is the third option. And now the fourth option is like instead of read CSV, we have got read table. Okay, so this is another way of loading it. You can read about it by just placing in that. So these are the things when you read it as a table. Okay, so this option is also fine. We have just put like a delimiter since it's a comma separated value. Our file is saved as a comma separated value. So I've just put like this one, and header I have put as 1. So like this way also you can access your data and store it to a data frame. All right, so if I run this particular cell, I'll be getting like this one. Okay, the same thing, but I can do it with a read table function also. Okay, so I hope the first question is clear for you. Does anyone have any doubt? Ma'am, can you show the second option? Okay.
Ma'am, can you repeat again header? No? What is the use of header?
Yes, I'll tell you. Header. Okay, this is the header. Okay, I mean, this is your data, and in this data, these are the different types of brands. Okay, so this header explains what is present in all of these rows. So the first header is for the first column, the header is like the brand. So it shows that the rows below are giving the different types of brands: brand 1, brand 2, brand 3, and brand 4. Okay. Now the second has the type header name. So it will be like this list of things. Okay, utilities, everything. Okay, and the cost of these things and the price. Okay, so this is the header name will show that what is the type of the data, I mean what is present in the different rows. So if you put like, I'll just close this one, if you put header equal to 1, so in our original data here, the header, you're giving this data like this 0 1 2 3 brand, like this you're feeding the data. So in this 0 1 first position, header equal to 1 means you are specifying in Python that your header will be the first row actually. Okay, I mean not the 0th row, the first row. So yes, you're specifying like you have to take the header as the first one. Okay, is that right?
Yes, ma'am. Clear, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay, so does anyone have any other question? I'll just see if there is any. Yes, I haven't done it. Okay. Yeah. Can you tell me what will happen if I give some other sign here? Yes, somebody has asked that. Okay, just let me
It
just.
may
Would
give
get
error because instead of comma, if we will give some other sign, it may give error.
Yeah, why is it like that?
Because we
Because
have
we
used
are trying to find out what is the separator basically.
Yes. So let me just see. Okay. Yeah, right now the data is like, mm, I'll just share my entire screen actually. Um, please wait a minute. Okay, so in some cases, wait a minute. So right now you see, I think you can see my files there. So I'll just open it with the notepad actually. Okay, no, notepad. I'll show you how it looks like here. So here you can see, no, this data is separated by comma here. Okay. In some other case, if it is separated by, you say, a semicolon. Okay. I hope you can see here. But separated by a semicolon, all of these are separated by a semicolon. There can be chances like your data is separated by a semicolon. So in that case, what you have to do is like you have to give your this data as a separated by a semicolon. Okay, I'll just change it quickly and show you. You can also check in your system if you are doing that one. Screen is not visible for everyone. Is it like that?
No,
No,
ma'am,
ma'am.
it
It's
is
Screen is
visible.
visible.
It's visible.
Okay. So I'll just shortly change these things. Mm. Yes, I'll just load on to this one. Yes. Yeah, so view data. This is another data that I'm using actually. So with this, I'll just pd.csv students one. I'll just load on to my system students one. Okay. So okay. Wait. I don't know if it will work. Wait. Students one.csv. Yeah. Equal to so you see here, okay, there is some difference because I just load that once more. I think you have seen, wait. I have missed one, that's why. I'll just load them once again and show you. So you see here the students, this thing option is like this. Okay, it's separated by semicolon. That can happen. Okay, even if it's a CSV file, you might have them separated by some other sign. Okay, so in those cases you have this option like delimiter equal to, you can mention like a semicolon like this one. Okay, and this also can be used instead of this one. You can also use a separator. Okay, that will also give you the same result. Okay, so it's fine.
Ma'am, why are the subject names?
But there is a subject also.
Yes, that is wait, this data is like this. Okay, and I have loaded as different data. So you see here the header 0 has subject chemistry like this. Okay, in header 1 person without any other data. Okay, so I have just used the code from last example, right? So I'll just have to specify it as header equal to 0. So you can see this one. Okay, my data is like that. That's why you see here subject chemistry, max, physics and
Yes,
all.
yes.
Then it's person without any other data. That's why it came like that. Okay,
And ma'am, by default, we have index column as none.
which one?
When we are reading a CSV file,
Yeah.
by default, we have the index column as none.
Yes.
Okay.
that you can just put on here and see how it looks like. Okay, or you can search here. Okay, so in this one index column you can see there, no, index call equal to none.
Yes, ma'am.
That is the default value.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah. So this is some other file. We'll just see this after some, I think it is coming in some other example. Okay, anyway, I just wanted to show you how it will look like. Okay, so I hope this option is clear. If anyone have any other doubt? Vaishali, what's your right?
The question we have solved that were different from this in assignment
Yes.
week
We are
3.
supposed to discuss with you the previous assignment. We have all got instructions like that. You should
Okay,
be able
means
to solve your assignments with the previous assignments.
okay. Because
Okay.
this question not there. We were having that hotel ms underscore hotel like that option.
Yes. That is a different
That,
question. Yeah, I have
that
seen
one.
that, but we are not instructed to discuss with you that questions.
Okay.
Yeah, that is the thing.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. So I think
For
we
the
are all
second
good.
option, I'm not able to get the output, ma'am. Correct output.
Second option
Yes, ma'am.
here, this one.
Yes, ma'am. With header one.
Okay, you have you used the same data file?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
What error are you getting?
I'm getting the different table output, ma'am.
Okay, how is your table output looking like?
Uh, 1, 2, 3 column 1, 2, 3, and the brand I'm not getting.
Okay. So your initial file is like this only. Have you loaded like this only? In okay, Vaishali, do one thing. Can you
Yes,
mail
ma'am.
to me?
Yes,
I will
ma'am.
send
Sure,
you the
ma'am.
solution.
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah. So the next question from the same
Ma'am, could you
file.
please once again show the options, all the 4 options of the first
Yes. I'll
question?
show you. This one. These are the options.
So the answer is B and D.
Yes, the answer is B and D.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. This notebook will be shared with you. Okay. You can check in the materials or discussion forums like that in your course. So, so the next question is from the same file below, branddata.csv. Which parameter in pd.readcsv will help to load df brand with the selected column as shown below? So we have to extract this column, these particular column, and the output should be coming like this: brand and price. Okay. So what command you have to use to do that? Okay. So these are the um, options given. If anyone can give me an answer, you can put in the chat window. Okay. I'll just go one by one. Okay. So right now the df brand is like this. Df brand looks like this one. This is okay. Now from that I'll just want to see. So I'll just read the data once more, starting it with everything. Okay. So many are seeing option C.
Ma'am, can you show the question, please?
Yes. Okay. This is the question. For the same file below, brand.csv, which parameter in pd.readcsv will help to load df brand with the selected columns as shown below? All right. So this is the two columns. You have to go get these two columns. So we want to select these columns only. Okay. So anything will help you. Okay.
Can you show me the Can you
Farhan, are you talking something?
Yes, ma'am. Can you show me the option C?
Option C, you can see now, right?
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
So I'll just run this one again. Okay, so I'm just giving like, the question is like, for the same file we have to load the data frame. Okay, so it's like the data frame is only like this one, like stored in the library, and we have to load it actually. Okay, so it's not like removing it after you have loaded someplace else. You have to load it in the first time itself. So in the read CSV, they have mentioned this also in the pd.read CSV. Okay, so in that case, first I'm using like this one in the loading part itself, that is pd.read CSV. This is my file name, and I've just put this index underscore column. That is a, a parameter there, right? It's a function attribute. So in there I have put like this one. This is the first option. Okay, so rest and all, I mean, I don't need to specify. I'll remove it also. So now if I do this one, the error is coming because it's not coming. It shouldn't be given like that. We have already seen that index column should be a number. Okay, like this one, index column should be specified as a number, not like this one. So that is not an option. Now if I just give it like I'll just copy this line and show you. If you need only one line, okay, if you need only one column as your index, then you can specify like this also. Instead of giving like 0 or 1, sorry, index wait, please. What is it saying? Index brand invalid. So some problem happened. Wait, please. Okay.
Ma'am, isn't the index column will have only integers like their names, index values?
I'll show you. You can give like this one also. This is like the indexing used by the column name. Okay, header name. Okay, so you just see like this one. We can give index column equal to 0. Okay, that will give you this value. You can also give like that particular name. Okay,
Okay.
I hope you have got this particular thing. Wait a minute. Yeah, so you see, in the last problem, when we used 0 or 1, index column equal to 0 or index column equal to 1, you have got like this one, right? 1 or 0 was the Python indexing that time. You can also use our own indexing. Like if we specify as our header as this particular row, and then we say like this is our index column name, then you can use your index as that one also. That is also another way of specifying your index column. Okay, but here in our question, it's like index column equal to, we have given two things actually, so that is not possible. That's why it threw an error here. Okay, is it fine? Is this option fine with you?
Ma'am, the error was as we were providing two different columns, name of two columns.
Yes.
Okay, okay, ma'am.
Yeah, if you put it as one column and you specify as your header as that first one, first that header where brand type cost and there cost and price is there, then you can identify that index column using your header name also. Okay, but there should only be one name. That is the thing. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. Since skip rows is equal to brand and price, so here if I run this one, okay, brand equal to read CSV. Skip rows is another function attribute of this read CSV. So if you give like brand and price in that, then that way also you can specify. Okay, so I'll just run. So here it is given like skip rows also requires an integer. Okay, like the same index column has come, that also requires an integer that is coming. Okay, if I have just put like this one, just put 0, then it would have come out. Okay, so here in this case also I need integer length. Okay, now I'm just seeing df run what are the columns. Just I'm seeing these are the different columns there. So and now just
Skip rows is not clear basically. Skip rows, we are skipping some rows.
yes, meaning like this one, this is I mean you read, and I mean this is the option given. Okay, yes, wait, yeah, skip rows, brand and price is asked. Okay, that is the option given, so I've just included it. So it is to skip some rows, yes, but this also hasn't worked like that because we haven't specified an integer. Okay, if I put just a 0 here, then it would come all right. Okay, and if you run that particular thing, you can see that one of the rows is specified, skipped actually.
Okay, ma'am, okay.
Yeah, but the option was like different. The option was like brand price, it was given, so I've just drawn that. Okay,
So can't we skip more number of rows? Means 0, comma 2, something like that.
yes, that we can see. Just wait. If we put like I'll just try that. I haven't seen. Okay, I haven't done that now. I mean till now. Yes, it is possible. So, let's see what happens. I mean, yes. So you can see that is also possible. Is it right? I haven't checked.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. So the next option is like use calls. Okay, this is the next option. Use calls equal to brand comma price. So this is the correct option actually. So I'll just run and show you. So this is also like newly reading the file. Okay, and I'm just running it one. Okay, so that just that brand and price column will come if you use this parameter use calls. Okay, so you just remember that in the question it's like asked which parameter in pd.readcsv will help to load the data frame with these columns. So if it's asked specifically like that, you have to use this use calls in the pd.readcsv. Okay, but if you had already loaded that data frame, then you can just do like index call equal to brand dot price like that, and you can load that particular column to your data frame. Okay, but here you have been asked like you have to use it in the read csv command itself. That's why I'm going with this option.
Ma'am,
Yes, yeah.
ma'am, why first option not working?
First option is like the question, you have to use this particular option in your read csv command itself. pd.readcsv, in that itself you have to use, not like separate statements. You have to
Okay.
load the data frame using pd.readcsv with these different statements. So in pd.readcsv, if you put like index columns, that is one of the function attribute actually. I just load you can see definition read.csv, and in that you can see the index columns. Yeah, the index columns is right here. Yes, so this is one of that parameter in the read csv function. So using this one you have to see. Okay, so in this particular thing, index column should be either an integer or it should be a name of one column. Okay, name of one column or an integer. If it doesn't come like that, it will give like name of two columns, then it will be coming like index brand is invalid. Okay, is that
Yes,
clear?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Understood. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah.
But ma'am, for the separate command, we can give two columns also under index column.
Which one? Yes, yes, this one.
So after like we have done the cd dot read, but then we give another code of index underscore
Yes.
column, we can give as many columns under
Yes,
that.
yes. You can select the columns to be included in your new data frame.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah,
Thank
but
you.
since the question was like included, use it in the read CSV function itself. That's why you have to use. I mean, there are
Yes.
many ways to do a CS solution, right?
Yes.
So this they have particularly specified like you have to use it in the loading time itself. So this is like loading the data frame. Okay, that time itself, if you want to use, then you can use the use call. Okay. Yes, I hope that's clear. We'll move on to the next question. Now, data from the file weather.xlsx.
Madam, I have a question regarding Seaborn library.
Yeah.
Question number?
अच्छा ठीक है ठीक
Seaborn library.
Yeah, yeah. That will come later. Okay. Seaborn, have you
So,
worked with which library?
yes.
With
So, ma'am, I have called like, how can I resize a plot using a function argument directly?
okay, resizer. Okay, which one? Seaborn, which plot are you mentioning?
Like a bubble plot,
Okay, so
bubble or in a scatter plot.
scatter, just okay, I'll just show you an example which I've worked with. Scatter plot with that, okay. Which one you need? Resizing of what thing you want?
I
Figure size?
like the overall size of the graph plot.
Okay,
How do I change
yeah,
specifically
you
that?
can mention it like figure size is equal to this one. Okay, this is one of the scatter, okay.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, Seaborn also similar only. Seaborn library. Hmm. Yes. Scatter plot. In that, yes, you can go through. If you have some doubt, you can go through the examples there. Okay. You can just put it like this one. Figure size. This works in every library actually. Figure size is equal to put whatever you want. Okay, that you can give. Is that all right?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, let's move on to present question. So this is weather.slsx, and this have to be loaded to df underscore weather, which when printed is as shown below. So this is direction, temperature, wind speed, and humidity. I've just loaded it to. Does anyone have any question?
No, ma'am.
Yes, okay. Yeah, so the weather. Okay. So weather I'll just load here. So weather.xlsx, I'll just see if it's open. No, it can't be opened. Yeah, I'll just show you in Excel how I have created it. So this is direction, temperature, wind speed, and humidity. Different directions are there: temperature values, wind speed, and humidity. Okay, so then this one have to be loaded into df underscore weather. So these are the different options which are given. Okay, so I'm seeing some answers. I don't know if it's for the previous question. So the df underscore weather direction, this one. Can you tell me if anyone knows the answer? You can put yes, option A is coming. So A and C, that's right. Yeah. So we'll see one by one. Okay. So first I need to load this into df underscore weather. Okay. Has to be loaded. So first I load that one, pd underscore. This is an Excel file. So I'm using read underscore Excel. My file name weather.slxx, and header I'm using header equal to 0 because it's in this 0th column itself. All right. So I'll just display what df underscore weather looks like. This is my data frame: direction, temperature, wind speed, and humidity. So I'm just doing like df underscore weather direction. That is the first option. So I have put this one here, and I'm just running this one to a new data frame just for display only. So you can see here whatever direction is there, that is separately extracted. All right. Now then the second option was df underscore weather, but it has only one square bracket. Okay. So if I run like this one, and if I see what it looks like, it will just extract the values which are there in the direction column. So I hope you understood the difference between these two. If I'm putting it like this one, two square brackets, then I'll extract that particular column and will be putting it in a data frame. Okay, so you can see that this has come as a data frame actually, but now it is coming like a sequence. Okay, when you are having put it like a double square bracket. Okay, now yes, so the third option is like df_weather.loc. I'm giving it like all rows and just this column.
Direction column. ये भी सही है.
Yes, someone has mentioned that is right only. C option is right. I'll show you what happens here. So this is also the right option. So do you know the difference between LOC and ILOC?
In LOC, hello.
Yes, tell me.
In LOC, generally we give the row index in that particular column. Like for instance, if you want to print all the values, then we give this slicing, which is polling. Else we would give some row index and then accordingly print that value, which is corresponding to a row index. Whereas in case of IUC, we provide the row index and as well as I guess the column index also.
Okay. The difference is like LOC is for name indexing or user indexing. Okay, that means that we can specify the column by the name which we have given in the data. And ILOC will be like splicing it with
Integers.
the Python indexing. Is that okay?
Ma'am, can you please repeat?
Yeah, I mean, like if you use LOC, then LOC will allow you to specify the column name as the name you have given to a column, because their direction is like the name that we have given. Okay, it is present in the data. Okay, but Python, how it is recognizing this data is like it is in the position, like it's in the header, but in the column is like the 0th column. Okay, so when we index it using the name of the column, then we have to give LOC. And when we are using the Python indexing itself, you should give ILOC. So I'll just show you what happens. So just for an example, I'm putting ILOC here and I'm putting the same thing. Okay, so first when I did log in direction and I've printed this one, then it came like 0 like this one, and direction, all the directions have come. Now if I'm just putting like ilog with this thing, then you can see an index error comes, like ilog requires indexes. So if you have to get the answer in this way, you have to mention Python indexing. So for direction, the Python indexing was 0, right? So if you put it like that and then you run the thing, you'll get the same answer. You see here? So this is the difference between LOC and ILOC. Okay, log or ilog. In log, using the names which are mentioned by us in the data. In ilog, we'll be using the Python index. Okay, I hope it's clear.
And ma'am, why is the need for specifying the colon?
Yeah, we need to, we are extracting this data. Okay, this is our whole data. The question was like, we need to move the column direction into a separate data frame. So we need just the direction here. Direction column has east, west, north, south. So we need just this data into a new data frame. Okay. So extracting just this data can be done this way, or you can use the lock or iloc option also. So in lock option, you have to see what all rows and what all columns you need to extract. So here I have given like rows, everything I have given. Nothing I need, like putting a column here. All rows I am extracting, and I'm just extracting the column direction. And that's what that was asked in the question. I need to create a separate data frame with the column direction. That's why I have given lock.
Okay, ma'am, thank you.
Okay. So for example, if you want to extract two columns, then you just put 0 to 1. Sorry. Okay. I can put like 0 comma 1, and if I put this one, then I can extract two columns. You can work around with different ways. Okay, I think it's clear. If it's clear, I'll move on to the fourth option. Actually, the fourth option was like tf underscore weather dot ilog, this one and this one. Okay, all rows and zeros, but here you see a difference. So I'll show you what happened in that case. So I'm just putting this in a new data frame. Okay, here I haven't put like this one. I haven't mentioned in with the separate thing actually. So we'll see what happens here. So here, this is the same result when you got like this one, like just the values have come. Okay, so just a sequence have come. So if you want to get it like different sequence, you need to specify like this one. Okay, you need to specify either the column with a separate square bracket. Okay, if you don't do that, then it will be coming just like some values, a sequence will be coming. Okay, so this question is clear for everyone. If anyone has a doubt, please unmute yourself and ask me.
Ma'am, what exactly the difference between when we are keeping the square bracket and when we are not? What is the difference between the data frame? Or is it data frame and this one is only array? Or what data type difference in the data type?
Yes, it's coming like just and show you. So D type is coming as an object, and okay, sorry. You see here it's coming like a series, right? D type is like something you have to get the elements, the type of elements in that particular series. But just for showing you, I'm just showing you like now when I did that, this is like a series. When I'm not giving double square here or one more square inside, then it is stored as a series value. It's coming as a sequence. Sunita, are you clear with that?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Now, if we are putting a bracket, then what is its D type?
If you are putting it as a bracket, then it will be coming as a data frame. See here, data frame object will be coming. Earlier it came
Okay,
like
ma'am. Okay. Clear. Okay.
okay. So next question. Referring to
Ma'am,
yes, yes,
so the answer for the third question is A and C, right?
yes, it's A and C. You can use like this or using a log option. Yes, I'll move on to the next question. Now, referring to the same data frame as pf underscore weather in question 3, which statement or statements will help you to print the last row from the data frame? Okay. So I'll just load the old data frame again because we have done so many changes in that. So, okay, so I'll just load that one. So this is the data frame. Okay, pf underscore weather. So we will see one by one the options. The question is like will help to print the last row from the data frame. Okay, so if I put df underscore df underscore weather dot head. Okay, you know what this does actually? Df underscore weather dot head. Have you gone through these slides?
Head will be showing up the first 5 values by default, but when you specify some particular n, then it will show those first n values.
Yes. If I put like 1, it will show you the first value. Okay, first row. So the first option is like I have to print. In the print, I have put head of -1. Okay, so if you put like that, then it will be coming without the last row. Okay, so I haven't loaded the file actually. So, I'll just show you here. So df underscore weather is right now like this. Okay, if I put df underscore weather dot head of -1, then the last row will be omitted and only these will be coming. But you are asked to help to print the last row. I mean, you should be able to print the last row, not print the other 3 rows. Okay, so first option is not right. Now the second option. So you know what tail does, right? df underscore weather dot tail. It's the reverse of the head option actually. So tail, if you put, you will get the last one or n options from that, last one or n rows from the data frame. So if I put tail 1, it will be coming like that. So this is the correct option only, means that second option is like print df underscore weather dot tail of 1. So it will be printing the last row itself. Okay, so that is your correct option. Now we'll go on to the third one. Third option is like df underscore weather. Instead of tail or head, they have put 2 to 3. Okay, so we'll see what happens here. So here it will be coming 2 to 3 means what? The second row 2 3, so it has printed not 35 8 and 92. Okay, so that is not the right option. Yes, that is right. So it has printed the second row according to the Python indexing. Okay, so that's not a correct option. Then we'll see which this one how it happens. Df underscore row dot ilog. So this is coming like this one. It is coming as a series and it has printed like this one. Okay, so they haven't specified you like keep it in a data frame. They have just asked you to print the last row from the data frame. They haven't asked you to keep the result in a new data frame. So in that case, you can use the second option also and the fourth option also, because fourth is also printing the same thing only, that just the case was it's a series only. Okay, it's not a data frame. Okay, so the answer will be B and D. Okay, I hope it's all right. This question is
Yes, ma'am.
yeah.
But ma'am, one question. Generally, whenever we are putting -1, it refers to the last row or last column.
Yes.
So please go to the first option.
First option.
Option 1, head
Yes,
-1.
yes.
So isn't it should give the last row? Matlab, if we are referring the -1, this means that we are referring to the last row. So it should.
Head, head's programming is like return the first n rows. Okay, you can see there.
Okay.
Its statement is like, its function has been formed in the pandas library, right? If we are calling head, it is expecting you to print whatever rows should be returned. So if we have put -1 here, it is programmed to omit that last one and print the other ones. Is it all right, Sunita?
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, you have to go to the pandas library and see how it is formed. Okay. So right now it's like that function is defined to return the first n rows. If n value is coming as all, you see here, for negative values of n, this function returns all rows except the last n rows. Okay, that is how we have programmed it in the pandas library. That's why it's coming like that. Okay. Yes, we'll move on to the next one. Question 5. In reference to the same data frame, df underscore weather, we add an additional column hot underscore day to determine whether the day is hot or not based on the values in the temperature column. What will the print statement derive? Okay, so the same data frame, df underscore weather. Here we want to see an additional column hot day to determine whether it's hot or not. Okay, so I'm just defining, they have given the statement like this, df underscore weather dot hot day. This will create a new column, and that column is created how it is checking this statement actually. So this temperature, we'll just move on to that data frame. Temperature is like given like this. Okay, this is the original df underscore weather data frame. So here the temperature is like 49, 54, 35 and 52. Okay, 42, sorry, 42. So here we have to form a new data frame with the column hot day, where we'll check that whether this temperature is greater than 40. Okay, so what you have to do is like I've just we are using this particular thing here, np. Okay, so anyway we have to import numpy as np, and here we have given, they have given like this one. Okay, so we have to put like first one df underscore weather where the temperature is greater than 40. So if I just put the statement here and if I just print it, you can get like this. Okay, this is coming like this one. Wherever it's greater than 40, it will be coming like true, and wherever it's not greater than 40, it's coming like false. Okay, this is how the data frame, if you put like a statement to the data frame, it will be coming like this one. Now here how
I remember all the chat because of the class and everything.
Sharon, so how they have given the statement is like they have taken this condition and they have the np.where statement. So where, this is a function in numpy where we are used to find where the particular condition is happening. Okay, so the where that particular condition is happening, we have to give it as true, otherwise false, and we are just printing that statement because we are storing it in df underscore weather dot hot day. This is the new column name. Okay, so if I run this particular statement, so if I run this one, you can see what happens here. So I'm just printing just the column where the thing is not happening. Okay, so if I just print the whole thing, you can see, if I'm just avoiding this one and I'm printing the whole thing, then it will come like what you have seen earlier. Okay, and now if I print this df underscore weather, it will be looking like this. Okay, it has a new column that has been created with the statement like whether it's greater than 40, then it will be coming like true. When it's less than 40, it will be coming like false. Okay, so in this question, the answer will be like this one, because the print statement was like this: df underscore Horte was asked, and in that itself the second entry was asked, so that was false actually, so it will be coming like false. Okay, so the option is C there. Okay, so Praveen has asked if it's greater than 40, it is 1, else is 0. Yeah, it is true, else it is false. Tell me the pattern. So that I'm not in a position to say that about the pattern. I think it will come in the announcements itself. Okay.
Ma'am,
Yes, yes.
do we get the recording of these sessions? Google Meet session?
Available, I think it's available in your problem solving session.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, you can, no, this is not this. Okay, yeah, this is the, yeah, you can go and check it. Okay, so, what is another question? It is not available.
It's available, ma'am. It's available. Actually,
Yes,
all the problem solving sessions are available.
yes, yes. Yeah, it will be available there. I'll check it. Yeah. So the next question, everyone's clear till now, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. So what statement would give the number of columns in a data frame D11? Okay, this is just a question, like without giving you any data set or anything. So we have to see which option will give you the number of columns. Okay. So df under dot columns is the first one. I mean, columns will give you the column names. Okay. So we'll just see one by one. I'm using the same data set here, df underscore weather. So right now, since I have run the previous question, right now it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 columns actually. So we'll just see the what the first option will give. Okay. So len of df underscore weather dot columns. Okay, so if I just put this statement itself, it will show you what all the columns are present. So I'll just run that one. So these are the different columns: direction, temperature, wind speed, humidity, and hot day. Okay, now if I run the len of this one, you will get the number of columns. So first is an option, that is right. Now if I put len of df means len of the data frame, it will give you what? It will give you the number of rows which are present. Okay, now you can see this is the data frame. It has 1, 2, 3, 4 rows. Okay, so if you put just len of df underscore weather, it will give you the number of rows. And if you put df underscore weather dot size, that is the third option, it will give you the total size. I mean, like if there are 5 columns, then there are 4 rows. So total number of elements is 20. So that will give you this one. So the right answer is len of df dot columns. Okay, so because df dot columns will list you the number of columns there, and the number of that list will give you the number of columns there. Okay, so that is the first option answer. If anyone has any doubt, you can ask me. Otherwise, I'll
Ma'am, how come df weather dot size? How come it's 20?
yes.
Total number of entries.
Yes, yes. Like
Okay.
4 rows are there and 5 columns. So total 20 will be there.
Column into rows.
Okay, exactly. Yeah. So we'll move on to the next question now. So here there is a separate file, students.csv. So I think this I have shown you earlier, this file. It contains the attendance and total scores of 3 separate students. Okay, so data is loaded into a data frame df underscore study, and the pandas cross tab is applied, results in which of the following output. Okay, so I'll just once more I'll load, because I have done some changes. Yeah, so I'll load the original file which is given here, students.csv. Okay, so this is there. Yes. So we have to see which students scored the maximum average score of all three subjects. Okay, so now just looking at the data, you can see like for finding the average score of all three subjects, you have to take the average of the columns. Okay, so just if you take the average of the three columns, then you will get the average like all the three subjects, which is okay. And which subject has the best, I mean first it starts like which student, so you have to see the average row wise, and next will be like which subject has the best average score for all three students. You have to see it column wise. Okay, so both we'll see. We'll just read these students.csv into df underscore students. So we'll just see how it is loaded here. So it is coming like this one actually. Okay, so in the data which I have created, there is a small problem. So I'll just remove that problem in Python itself. So it's coming like this one. Okay, subject chemistry, maths, physics, all, and person, and it's coming blank here. Okay, so what I'll do is that I'll just drop this 0th row. Okay, and so I put like for dropping that one, I put like labels equal to 0. This will remove the first row. So this one, yeah, okay, so this one you can just see here. I'll just drop this line. Okay, drop labels of 0. I'm specifying this particular row, and I'm specifying the axis equal to 0 means I'm specifying which row to be removed, and in place equal to true I'm telling because I want to change the date. I want to put a change in the data itself. I just don't want to see it as change. I just want to change the original data in the data frame itself. So I have to put in place equal to true. If you just want to see that option, then you have to put like in place is equal to false. Okay, if you don't want to change your original data, you have to put in place is equal to false. So I've just dropped it, and if I just print it with this one, it will be coming like that particular error is gone. Now I just want to see what are the students mean. Okay, so I'll just put df dot students and dot mean. I'll just put, I want to see the row wise actually, so I'll put axis equal to 0. Okay, so now like which these row wise actually, I want to take the average of all the rows here, which will give you the subjects average scores. So for chemistry is coming like 85, maths 87, physics 86, this all like 86. So the higher score is coming for maths. Okay, now I want to see the average for each student also. So I have to take average like this. Okay, across all the columns. Okay, I want to take like all the columns there. So in that case, I have to put mean axis equal to 1. So if I set like that, for each of the row, it is coming like this one. So the second person, that is Rekha, is having the highest average. So the correct option will be coming is like Rekha has the is the student which scored the maximum average score of all three subjects, and this one Max has the highest average score. Okay, so
What does the all here represent?
this all actually represents the total average only, I think so, because these are the three subjects. Okay, but the data, since it was shown like this, I have just included that as below. Okay,
Okay, ma'am.
yeah, I can exclude that and just sorry, yeah, I'll drop that also. It Okay, I'll put, and now if I print this one, this is coming, and now if I print these two, it will be coming like this one. Is that right?
And the labels can be both strings as well as index number. Like for the earlier one, you specified the label as 0,
Yes, yes.
but now you are specifying it as the name of the
Yeah,
column.
in some cases it might not come as an index name actually. That's why I just tried there. So we'll see once again. So labels is like, labels means, okay, I'll just see if it's written in here. Labels have to be specified with string. I mean, in default it is none. So it should be index or column label to drop. Okay. That is why it doesn't accept the integer value.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So that is answer is no. Okay. Please wait. Yeah, I hope everyone's clear with that now.
Ma'am, please explain labels. I am unable to understand label, the concept of label.
Yeah, labels means it's in the drop function actually. So
Okay.
labels, it's usually like if you want to drop a specified label. Okay. For example,
Okay.
here if you want to drop first row, then this is the label of that row. 0 is the label, 1 is the label of that row. So if you are
Okay.
specifying it for a row, you can use like a number, integer number like this, because its label is like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay.
Oh,
But for column, the labels are like subject, chemistry, maths, physics, and all. So I have
okay.
given the label name. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. Now the next question, it's like a histogram. Okay, it's a very different data itself. So this is like a histogram is shown, and the number of books read in last year and their frequency are given. Okay, so we want to see the mean and median in the above histogram. Okay, so in this curve, directly looking at it, you can know that if anyone knows the answer, you can tell, or I think you have learned this in your class itself. If you can think, yeah, the mean is 8 because
Mean is 8.
yes, yes, the mean is 8. So that is straightforward only, directly straightforward. And the median also will be like the, this is a statistical problem only. So we don't want to print or display anything. So this is just a question like that. So the mean will be like 8. So if I put like, if you want to find the mean of a particular set of data, you can use this statement, because but that data frame is not displayed here, so that's why I'm not showing it like that itself. If you want, if you have a set of data like this data you have, and you want to find the mean, you just can put like mean here. Okay. And for explanation, I'll just try one more thing. So if I'm putting it like median, then you can see like the median value would be coming. Okay, so it is not a continuous data like that, but just showing, I mean, median is also a statement which you can use. It's also a function parameter. Okay, since the data was not given, you can see from the graph itself, 8 is the mean, and the middle value also is coming as the median, because here there are only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, only odd number of books. Okay, so it's odd number of elements are present only, so the middle element will be like that. Suppose if you had the number of books in this axis was coming as an even number, then you have to take the average of the middle numbers. Okay, for example, it had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 only. Up to 12 only the readings were there. Then you would have to take the fifth and the sixth element in between. The average of these two you should have taken. Okay, but here that problem is not coming because it's an odd number. of number of books read in the last year is present. So the median is also 8. So the answer is D. Okay. I hope this is clear. Yes, mean is the average. Mean is the average, Praveen. Now, the next question, we will move on to the next question. For the following box plot, which among the given options are the mean and the outlier? So I hope you know about the box plots, or I'll just, if you have any other doubts, I'll just move on to that. Anyway, just I'll SMS box plot I'll see. And this is Seaborn library, and in that box plot. Okay, so your box plots will be looking like this one. Okay, so the middle line will be your 50 percentile. The left line here will be the 25 percentile, and this one will be the 75 percentile. So this whole range will be coming as your interquartile range. Okay, so in our question it will be given like Q1, Q2 and Q3. Q2 is the 50 percentile there, that is the middle portion of the value. So in the question we have been asked like what is the median. Okay, so the median will be given by the 50 percentile value, that is coming in between 20 and 25. So in looking at the options you can see that between 20 and 25, 22 is coming. Okay, so that will be the median, and lowest number will show you what is in how your data is lying, like what is the lowest number coming for your data, and highest, this one is the highest number coming for your data. But outlier will be something that it is very much out of the range. Okay, so when you create a box plot for some set of data and you see like this one, out of this the middle value will be shown by your middle line of the box plot. Okay, and if some outlier is present which is very much varied from your whole data, it will be coming as an outlier. And now here you can see that it is between 50 and 55, so you can select 52 as the option. So both are coming in the option B, that's why the answer will be option B. Okay.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, if you want to check the value of the median or the first quartile or second quartile using command, what would be the command, ma'am, for this box and whiskers?
That you can just specify like, let me see if there is something like that, an example, because I don't have any data with me right now. You can just give like this, no? You can just specify the condition as greater than your percentile value.
Okay. Ma'am, for the median value also.
Yes, for the median value, you just the set of steps will be like, first you have to extract the median value to see the median values from these sets. Okay, I mean if you have the data with you, for example 0, 5, 10, 15, 20 X series is there, and you put like, you stored that in a sequence and you put like that sequence name dot median, that will give you the median value. Okay,
Okay.
and in that particular data frame you just have to put that data frame greater than, I mean in the condition statement you have to put that data frame greater than that median value, will give you where are the instances that place will be having, the data frame will be having greater than median values. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
So the next one, the data frame df underscore logs has the following data. So I think I have just stored this data also. Let me load that. I think I have stored in this. Let me just check. Yes, it is the same thing, right? Yeah. So this is the data frame A1, B1, C1 and D1, and the rows have NaN values. Okay, that means not the number. So this is the data frame that they have given. What we have to do is that all the NaN or null values in the column C1 can be replaced by a 0 value by executing which of the following statements. So you can see that one whole column is having an n value, and some of the rows in other columns are also having an n values. Okay, so we'll go one by one. So I'll just, pandas is already imported, but I'm running this once more. And then read CSV because it's a CSV file. Values.csv is name, and header I want this one as A1 B1 C1 D1. So I'm just specifying like that itself. So I'll be reading it on to df dot underscore logs. So the df underscore logs will look like this one. Okay, now the first option, df underscore logs, I'm specifying C1 and I'm using the fill NA. Okay, the fill NA option is usually used to replace your NaN values, but the statements you give inside and how you're giving the statements inside will determine how your values will be coming. For example, now the first statement was like df underscore logs C1 dot fill NA 0 and in place equal to true. Okay, so if I run this one, then the C1 column, okay, we have just specified for the C1 column. So the C1 column will be coming like zeros, because why is this coming? Because we have just mentioned it for the C1 column. Okay, now next one will be like, next option will be like df underscore scores fill NA. I haven't specified any column, I've just put like this. So I'll just run the first thing again so that our data set is not disturbed, and I'll just run this one again once more. So it's coming like every NaN value is replaced by 0 value. So this is the right option. Next we'll check the third option. Okay, so I'll run the first thing once more. So again it has NaN values, and we'll check the third option. So in the third option we have put in place equal to false. Okay, so in place equal to false means just for the display they'll be displaying it as a 0. It won't be changing the original data set. Okay, you have to put in place equal to true if you want to bring about any change in your original data set. Okay, so that should be considered. Now the fourth option is like df underscore logs dot c1. Just let me just show you the option. This is that option. Okay, dot fill NA, and here what it does is that in place of this one fill NA 0, it's giving like df underscore logs dot d1. So what it will fill it with is usually you'll be filling it with 0, but in this case you will be filling it with values of d1. So I'll just run that original data set again, and we'll move on to the fourth option. So here in this case, if you run this particular statement, you'll be getting like NaN, like that values itself. But you see here, just I'll show you the original data set here. So the original data set is like this one. C1 was having all NaN values. When the fourth option was executed, it was coming like D1 value and C1 value are coming as the same, because we have told like fill NA with values of D1. Okay, and in place also we have given us true. So anytime we are executing it now, the same thing will be happening. Okay, so the answer is A actually, because in the column C1, okay, just the column C1 we have to replace it by 0. If everywhere it has to be replaced by 0, then we can go for the second option. So this question is clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, okay. So these are the set of questions till now in the previous assignment. Discuss assignment 3 of week 3. What is your doubt in that, Praveen? Because I'm not, I shouldn't be discussing it like that. I shouldn't be discussing the answers with you. So what is the question? I'll just see there. Assignment 3 of week 3. Okay, this is a data set, right? Yeah, so which month has the highest number of repeated guests? So you have to see how many unique things are there. Okay, so this data set I haven't seen till now. Praveen, can you explain your doubt? Okay, Praveen, if you have some code error or something, you just send me a mail, okay? Because we are not supposed to discuss with you these assignments. Okay, you have to try it yourself.
What this is in does is in
Which one?
uh, question number 1, all the options are there now. For example, data underscore hotel, option 3, hotel dot is in, similar to equal to.
Yes, is you have to see whether it's, you can just run it and see actually. This data set is like okay, let me just see reservation status. I haven't gone through this set. Okay, reservation status of the checkout, and yeah, okay, yeah, that is the thing that is asked. Who had asked that? Reservation status equal to no show, or you just run this and see. Okay, you'll be getting that.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay, then I think for today it's completed.
Ma'am, how to approach you? Like, today is email available?
Yes, I'll just put that in the chat window.
Excuse me, madam. In question number 5, is there any correction?
Question number
5. That is data. Review data is mentioned. Is it review data or review date?
Is it the present question?
Yes. Question number 5.
Mm,
Review data.
Question number 5. Check to include anything values in the following value proportion correcting by grouping. Okay, have you studied group by actually?
No. Actually, in that table, that is a review date is mentioned. But here they are asking about review data. So extra column you have to add. That is
Try
variable.
creating an extra column like that if it's not present. Let me see what is the review date is there, and review data. I'm not getting the full. Is this the whole thing? Yes. So review date is the thing there actually. So wait, this review date. So this is review date only, I think. Okay, and your columns were named like so, no? So
Yes,
review
ma'am.
date is the column. Got this. Mistake, I think I haven't gone and tried to see the data like that. Okay. Hello.
Yes, ma'am. Actually, I am not getting that question. That's why. Is there any correction that I must?
Yes, I mean it's the review date actually. You
Okay,
can
ma'am.
go with the review date because in the group by also you have given like review date itself.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So
Thank you.
that's the mistake.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, I wanted to ask you the particular, the exact function, the domain of merge, concatenate, and join panda functions.
Okay. I think I'll explain it with something.
Like, what is the difference of these?
Yeah. So append, concat, and merge. Okay. For this
Yes, ma'am.
particular thing, I'll use this dictionary data. Okay.
Okay,
So
ma'am.
just see through the data: ID, name, language. Okay, these are the different data. And okay, yeah, I'll just import that one. It is in a file actually. I'll just run that one. This is the data which I'm created here. Okay. ID, name and language. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, name, language. Okay. Now these are the three ones we are checking: append, concat and merge. Okay. So I'm just creating another data frame that contains only one row, that is that given. I'll just go strictly to the append one. Okay. So EFT I'll be giving like, I've just given like this. No, I have EF1 like this data frame. EF2 I have created a new data frame with these data. Okay, so I have two data frames and I'm just appending the second data frame to the first data frame. So I can give the command like this one: EF1, which is the data frame shown here, dot append. In the other statement, I'll put the other data frame and I'll store this in the new data frame. So if I run this particular statement, it will output the data frame like this. Okay, so this one is the first data frame. Now you see here the indexing is like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Next indexing will come like, again it starts like 0. Okay, this particular is a mistake, so for that I have to give another statement like ignore index equal to true. If I give that, now the new data frame will be created like continuously.
Ma'am, here you could have also done index column equal to 1
Where should I give that?
to ignore the
Yes,
0.
ID. Yeah, that can be given.
So, ma'am, it will be 0 now. It will be 0 or 1. If we want the ID to be our index.
ID to be your index, it will be 0 actually, because this is the 0th column.
Okay, ma'am, 0.
Yeah.
Okay, ma'am.
Now what did we want to know next? Concatenate, right? So
Ma'am,
concatenate,
append always appends the row in the last.
yes, that is one option. You can append by a column also. Just move, let me just see that. That is also, that option is also possible there, I think. That I have to see. Okay, you can just search it and see. That is also possible. In the merging you can do that. Okay, that also I'll show you. Now are you okay with the concatenate?
Ma'am, no, concatenate. Also, I wanted to know, does it puts together the records? Different.
Maybe just see what DF1 and DF2 looks like. Okay, I'll just go with the new data. Okay, these are two same data. Okay, I mean the same number of rows are there, data dictionary 1 and 2, and with that I'm creating two data frames, df1 and df2. These two data frames, I'll just show you how this looks like. Okay, and my intention is for concatenating these two along the row axis. Okay, so concatenation is possible in the row axis also, in the column axis also. If you want it by the row axis, then you have to put 0, axis equal to 0. If you want to get it like column axis, then you have to put like axis equal to 1. Okay, so the data frame is coming like this one. Okay, here also you can see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is coming. So that same thing, ignore index is equal to true. If you put, let's copy from there, and if that you put here, I think I have given it earlier. Okay, yeah. If I put that 2 here, then you can give it, see like that, the index will be coming like continuously. The ID number won't be changing because it is the data itself. Okay, the indexing will restart if you give like ignore index equal to true. And the concatenating command is like td.concat objects is equal to df1 here. Now the this is clear, right? Access equal to 0 means it will be concatenated in a row as actually. If I do like just put like here and here also here, and if I
There is little confusion. Axis 0 is equal to row wise calculation, or axis 1 is equal to row wise calculation. What do we mean by row wise calculation?
along row axis, this means like I mean the first set of data, this is the axis, it is ending at this one. Okay, so along the row axis means the row axis will come like this, no, the x-axis kind of thing.
Okay.
Okay, so along the row axis means like your first data will be coming, next data will be concatenated after that, I mean below that particular row of the last data frame. Okay, so in that you have to put access equal to 0. Is that okay, Sunita? Or you have any
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, if you have to put it like side by side, like along the column axis means the column axis will come like this. Okay, this y-axis kind of thing. So then you have to put access equal to 1. These particular statements will vary because in the last case, last class in week 2, when you were discussing about some other thing, this thing will be like meaning for row. Okay, it will change little bit depending on the statement. All right.
And ma'am, merge.
Yes, merge. Merge has 5 types of statements actually. I think I put here the thing also. Okay, if you have to collect more data, you have to go for pandas. It's a library in pandas itself, data frame dot merge. That is the API reference key for the merge function. Okay, so these are the different options that are available. How it works also you can go through this one. Okay, I'll just show you the example. So here I'll just create this data and let me yeah, so this is like data dictionary underscore dictionary. I have just put these two datas, okay, just for reference. This is my data. Okay, first data contains employee ID, employee name and subject. Okay, that is how I have fed my data. And the next one is like department ID, department name and subject. Okay, just analyze these two data. I think the time is already over, but still I'll go through it fastly. So the employee ID 1235 it's there, department ID also 1235, employee name ABCDE, department name BCDEF. Okay, so here you can see some common things here. BCD is common in both the data frames. Likewise, subject names are coming like sub 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So in comparing these two data frame, the subject column has sub 3, 4, 5 common. Okay, so this is particularly important when you use the merge function. So merge has different options. You can use a left join, a right join. Okay, a left on, right on, many options are there by which you can do the merge function. Okay, so first I'm using like pd.merge. I'm merging it based on a common column name, which is I'm using like I'm merging it based on the sub column, and I'm giving like the left data frame should be the F1 and right data frame should be the F2. So in this particular case, if you put the merge, only the columns where the common data for sub, you can see that in these two data frame, in the subject column, sub 3, sub 4 and sub 5 is repeating in both the data frames. So in that case, when I run this one, you can see that it will merge these two data frames where the common subjects are coming. This is all right?
Ma'am, so this is like the intersection.
Yes, intersection method. Yes.
Okay, ma'am.
And intersection also you can define it. I can show you just how you can do it. Okay, so just see the next option. Left I have given like df1, right df2, On sub means which column I have to depend on while merging, and how I'm giving like here. Okay, so this is an extra statement there. This has the options like left, right, inner and outer. Okay, so if I put the left, they'll be giving the importance for the left data frame. So the left data frame is df1 here. So df1 is like this one. Okay, it has sub1, sub2, sub3, sub4 and sub5. So importance to df1 means all these subjects will be coming. Wherever these subjects are not there in the right data frame, their NAN will be coming. So you can see left data frame is kept as such. Employee ID, employee name, subject will be coming. And the right data frame doesn't have these entries for sub1 and sub2. So it will be coming like NAN, and the rest of the values where that data have come, it will be coming. Okay.
Yes, ma'am, I got it.
Yeah. So next one is if it's based on right, then it will be giving importance to the right data frame. So now you can see that here NAN has come.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. And outer is another option. It will be working like your union, actually union of sets. It will be working like that. So if you put how is equal to outer, then everything will be merged, and you'll be getting like wherever data is not present, you'll be getting an NaN value.
Okay.
This is another merge.
Ma'am, merge function and inner is okay. Inner join. So these are like joins.
It is default coming like inner event.
Ma'am, inner is what?
Inner means intersection.
So ma'am, the first one was also intersection, right?
In default, it will be coming like that.
And ma'am, what is the pandas join function? Is it the same as merge?
Yes, pandas join will not be like merging. Let me see if it's there. It won't be like shifting these things. Okay, so I'll just do it. I don't think I have right now. So you can just search it. Okay, like concatenate join is also there. So concatenate merge is already coming, so but it's also there. Okay, concatenate join. Yeah. Yes, this is another function. So if you want to use the join function, then this is the way that you have to write. Okay, you can just see through the pandas library only.
Okay, ma'am. Okay. Thank you.
If any doubt you have in that, you just go and search it as well. They'll be
Ma'am,
giving.
please provide your email.
Yes. Sorry, I haven't. I've put it.
Do we have the text information of the whatever the information was talked about in the website?
You mean the data sets?
I mean the recorded information of the meeting.
I didn't get you.
Whatever the meeting discussion, whatever we having, do we have the recorded in video or the recorded text?
It will be available by my team.
Okay, so I tried to actually search the group. I could not actually find the recorded video there. So I raised this question.
This is there itself. What session? 4 people are there recording actually. Okay, so you can go through any YouTube link or post of Google Drive. You can access there. Is it all right?
So the problem discussion, whatever happened, is that also recorded?
Yes, it's recorded. You can just go through this one, problem solving session.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So I hope everyone is clear with everything.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Yes, very nice session, ma'am. Thank you,
ma'am.